sometime soon.
Hello there, guys, and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for your hangover review today with Younes of the West Bromwich Albion game and the Sunderland game, of course, because we didn't do one midweek or Monday or whatever it would have been. But yeah, do you want to say hello, Younes?
Yeah, no, thanks a lot, Laurence. Great to be back on. I haven't done one of these in a while. So yeah, it's good I managed to find some time, and we get to really get cracking about these games, because we got 6 points and we're 6 points clear. So happy days.
It really couldn't be better. So obviously, start off with West Brom. It was a really difficult game, wasn't it? To be fair to them, they really did defend it well. Sorry.
They did. I got my prediction completely wrong. I was saying that earlier on. I said it was going to be 3-0, cruising the park. We're going to find it easy, but
yeah, I said exactly the same thing.
They not only did they park like the bus or the plane, but they brought like a flipping space shuttle over. I mean, they had 10 miles. They had a the 3 men in midfield backing up that defense, and then literally 10 men behind the ball. So we found it really hard, but we got the job done.
Yeah, and what a goal it was by Costa. I mean, fair enough, it was a mistake by McCauley, but the way he just pushed him off and got the ball, and I still don't really know how he got the ball in, where he put it from the angle. I still don't really know how he did that, to be honest.
It's true that that finish, but it goes to show, because Diego Costa's a changed man this season. Yeah. I'm sure you've realised, everyone's realised he's controlled his temper, but he's using it in a positive way, and he's starting to focus a bit more on his football rather than defenders. So
yeah.
When he does that, he's a world-class striker, world-class. So that finish was world-class. Simple as that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he's been on 4 yellow cards for I think 11 or 10 Premier League games now. So I think so. Premier League games, and he was subbed on in the cup game, so that makes it 11. So I would not expect Costa not to get booked for 11 games, to be honest.
Yeah, no, but it's just as unexpected as our 10-game run at the moment. So at the moment, anything's possible at Chelsea.
Yeah, just to run people through a few stats. So obviously against West Brom, we had 12 shots, but only 2 of them found the target, or ended up going on target. One of them was a quite easy save for the keeper after David Luiz's free kick. We had a fair amount, very similar to the Sunderland game, actually. And, you could say when Fabregas came on in the 74th minute, it kind of changed the game, didn't it?
It did. His creativity is second to none. I mean, on a great day, you want Fabregas in your team. But with this new system and what's happened, and Matic and Kante getting along pretty well, it's been hard for him to get in that team. But every time he comes on, he provides that link straight to Diego. And we didn't see any of that last year. So for that to be back is a positive thing. And yeah, he's proving why he should be in the team, to be honest.
Yeah, he is. One thing that I think is worth talking about from the West Brom game is Conte's willingness to change things just to get the result. Because we pretty much tried 3 different formations in that game. We started off with our standard 3-4-3, played a 3-5-2 maybe kind of thing, and even a 4-3-3 at times. So he really did try to change, and he tried everything. And in the end, when it was 1-0, he knew it was a difficult game. We probably weren't going to score more other than on the counter. Brought on Ivanovic to see it out, and we did. So for me, it looks a lot like the 14-15 season. We started off, played incredible football until November, and then we started getting 1-0 wins.
Hopefully we don't go down that route, because I remember those games in the 14-15 season, like QPR, that was too nerve-wracking. To
be honest, I think Conte doesn't try to do that. Mourinho probably even tried to win 1-0, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's the difference you can see in the team. Mourinho would have been happy to go for a 1-0, just for the 3 points. With Conte, it looks like we're trying. Last couple of games, we tried to get more. It's just ended up finishing 1-0. It's just coincidence. But yeah, it's ironic. At least we have options, even Ivanovic, to come on and help. Because last year he didn't. So yeah.
Thankfully he can help now, because he's won a lot with us. He's been here for a while, so it's good to see him, even if he's not playing a lot, at least not make silly mistakes that everyone is hating him for.
At least, yeah, at least. Thankfully, all of that's gone. All that hostility and criticism and all of that is out the window. You know,
generally the whole hostility from the whole club is gone at the moment. So couldn't be happier, to be honest. Obviously, coming to the Sunderland game, Hazard, which we only found out on the day of the game, actually, or I think someone reported it the night before, but you know, it wasn't picked up by any major papers. Hazard didn't travel, picked up a minor knock apparently against West Brom. So he set out apparently just precautionary to be fully fit for the Crystal Palace game on Saturday. But obviously that was a change, because along with Diego Costa, he has definitely been our best player so far this season. So did you think that would, you know, affect the result before the kickoff?
Nah, to be honest, no. I heard that Hazard wasn't going to play. To be honest, in a way, it's a good thing, because we had to rest someone.
Yeah.
We got Crystal Palace in a few days, and they got to travel all the way back from Sunderland to London. And that's not easy, to play the same team week in, week out, every game. You got to change. So it was a good thing. But with Willian coming on to replace him, I thought, it's fine. We got this covered.
Yeah.
Because Willian's quality himself.
He is, yeah.
His back from, which wasn't too long ago, and it looks like he's got himself back to normal, back over it. So yesterday's performance, I'm not going to criticise him for anything. I think he'll be back to his best.
Yeah,
quite soon. But he did play well. He did play well, yeah. So obviously Cesc Fabregas started the game. Which, I mean, I said it in my preview that I think it could happen because we're playing Sunderland, who are pretty much obviously going to sit back. And I think Conte was just pretty much happy with the impact he had against West Brom. And he did end up starting, which obviously gave another player a little bit of a rest in Matic, which is obviously good. And, you know, Cesc alongside with Courtois turned out to be man of the match. Because not just the goal, I felt like, because generally Fabregas was so good. Like, his passing was, again, on point. Because, you know, a few over-the-top balls through passes, even that one to Pedro would have been inch perfect. He was just that tiny bit offside. But that ball, wow. Yeah, no, for sure. Very, very, very clever assist. And Fabregas striking when we needed him the most, to be fair, because at that point in that game, it didn't look like we was going to get a goal soon. We had all the control, and you just think, when is this ball going to go in? And it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But after that goal, you could see we had a bit more freedom, we had a bit more control. We weren't as clinical. I see the team were taking it a bit easy. They took their foot off the gas a little bit, probably with Crystal Palace in mind.
Yeah. I mean, Conte probably would have preferred us to do that with a 2-0 lead instead of a 1-0 lead, but, you know, as long as it works out.
Well, when you're playing the team that's bottom of the league, you do expect to hold the 1-0.
Yeah.
In England, though, anything's possible.
Yeah, true. I mean, it was, yes, we had a fair few chances in the second half, but I felt like none of them were like complete clear-cut chances.
No.
You know, Costa maybe had that one when I still feel like Kone could have seen a red card for that when he pushed him over at the edge of the box, because he wasn't going for the ball at all. That was, you know, he didn't even manage to get a shot away, but that was pretty much the only clear-cut chance that we had. You know, others were like, you know, trying to go past someone, have a shot just before getting the ball intercepted off you. And for some reason, all our shots went straight at the keeper yesterday. No idea why, but
yeah, it's true. All of them did. But it just goes to show. I don't know if they were too comfortable or if they were certain they were going to get that 1-0 win. Or to be fair, Sunderland didn't really pressure us until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they pretty much had two chances all game. One straight after half time to Januzaj, which was actually also a good save by Courtois, and we're going to come to the special save later. You know, obviously, as we talked about formation changes against West Brom, we did the same thing yesterday again. You know, obviously, when Matic came on for Pedro, that obviously changed the system a little bit. What it looked like to me, I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like a 3-5-1-1 with Willian playing behind Costa. That's what it looked like to me. And I just find it incredible that, you know, Conte hasn't even been here for 6 months or about 6 months now. And he can change formation as much as he likes in a game when the players know what to do. So that is incredible work on the training pitch, and also obviously great dedication by the players to get it in that quickly.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm completely flabbergasted, because the first few games in the season we saw us struggling, pretty much the same as last year. and for Conte to have that bravery just to go for it and say, you know what, we're just going to change everything.
Yeah. And
it just clicks. Now we have different variations of a free defense formation that we could use, a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 or a 3-5-1-1, as you said, and all of them seem to work. So it's incredible. It's tactically clever and quite genius of him to be able to implement that, and so soon, and for it to work. So
it's incredible. I've seen a lot of Italians telling me they pretty much knew that that's what's going to happen at Chelsea, that we're going to be that good, because they obviously knew Conte. I didn't expect that. Like, I was happy when we appointed him, but I didn't know exactly what to expect. Obviously, I was even more confident after the Euros because he did incredibly well considering what kind of squad he had. But I didn't expect it to go that well. I don't think anyone did, to be honest.
No, not at all. It's funny. I heard Juventus fans speak very, very highly of him. They were calling him the best manager in the world, and they were saying that they miss him and all of that. And I didn't expect it. I remember just before we appointed him, if I'm honest, I was saying I'm not so sure in this guy. You know, he's won 3 Serie A titles, but I really don't know if he's going to work. It's England, it's the Premier League, and it's Chelsea. You do one mistake, you get sacked. So, he's been a breath of fresh air. He's been a breath, and you know, in my honesty, I was wrong from the beginning. When I doubted him, I was wrong. He's done absolute wonders. So hopefully, it's that way.
Yeah, because he pretty much, you know, turned around every player's form. Like, we don't have a player that's out of form at the moment. Whether that's Courtois wasn't great last year, the whole defense, even David Luiz, who, you know, a lot of people were like questioning that signing. And to be honest, I mean, I was happy about it because he's a, you know, funny guy and stuff, and it's always good to have someone like that at the club. But about his defensive ability, I wasn't 100% sure. And Cahill, I mean, look from what he changed like to against from Arsenal and Swansea games to what he's doing now, especially against West Brom. He was incredible, you know, and all of them. Moses been loaned out 3 years in a row, didn't get a look in, and now he's a starter and doing incredibly well. Alonso, someone most of us probably never heard of, except for his loan spell at Sunderland and his short spell at Bolton as well. But it's just incredible. And talking about Courtois, obviously, that save, we both mentioned it in our reviews. What a save that was, you know. Good old Patrick Van Aanholt, you know, trying to mess the party up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop that. But as long as he keeps making saves like that, just shit from wherever you want, mate.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, we all had that criticism of Courtois a couple of months ago, where he was saying a lot of things in the press, and we weren't happy about it. And we said, listen, if you want to go, just go. But he's really, really proved himself now, and he looks comfortable. He looks happy, and now if you're pulling off saves like that, it's like when Peter Cech first came to Chelsea, to be honest. So, if he does that week in, week out, and he stays consistent, we got nothing to worry about. No goals going in.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of, remember that save a few years ago against Man United from the Chicharito header, which I don't know how Cech saved that. It's that kind of save it was. It was incredible. You know, you could see after the game the way he was, you know, screaming "come on" or "get in" or whatever it was to the fans. And I read a quote actually earlier saying he understands why a lot of fans felt like, you know, frustrated and a bit worried and angry, but he felt that the fans can clearly see his passion at the moment, which obviously, you know, it's easy to be passionate when everything's going that well. I'm not sure if you've seen his interview with Chelsea TV after the game. He was actually quite critical, like compared to Fabregas, who after the game was like, yeah, we played actually really well. We just didn't finish our chances and that and that. And Courtois was like, yeah, we didn't play that well. We didn't create enough chances. We need to be a bit better. And, you know, I like both kind of things. You know, Fabregas, you know, being positive, and then Courtois just being a bit more realistic. I kind of like that, you know, because we were playing the, you know, the team that's bottom of the league. So a 1-0 win isn't the most incredible result, considering we've beat United 4-0. Fair enough, that was at home, but still, I like that he's, you know, his criticism of the team when it's not perfect, even though we're winning.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that will stem from Conte. His passion is something that we've all wanted Chelsea to have for a long time, since 14-15. And just disappeared. But with Conte, he's come in and his passion on the touchline, and as a player, you see your manager going crazy like that, and I'm sure he's the same in training. It's going to reflect on you, and you're going to, you know, have that passion. You know that your manager cares about you and the team. You're going to feel the same. So I think it's reflected on all the players, not just one. Everyone has that passion in them and that fire, and he's motivated them. So when they're all motivated, we know what they're capable of. We've seen this team before, minus David Luiz and Kante. But now they're taking it to another level. And it's scary to know how good we could actually be if everyone was 100% and on form. So Courtois, if he's criticising us when we're winning, it just goes to show that when Conte says after a game, yeah, we won, but we've still got work to do and we can be better. And even though we've won this many games on the trot, we can do more. The players are going to think the same. So I'm glad that he said that. I'm glad all of them think that way.
Exactly, yeah. Another thing we have to talk about, I actually forgot about in my review, is Kurt Zouma made the bench. Because, you know, I've been wondering, where is he? You know, he's been in training, he's played a few development squad games. So I was wondering, when is he finally going to make the bench so I can finally consider him for starting games? So do you think he could be in for a shout to start games in the, you know, near future, or is it still a bit to go for him?
Yeah, no, for sure. He's not match fit, let's be honest. He had a pretty bad injury. So
yeah.
I'm expecting him to come back slowly. So, but again, for him, it's going to be hard because who are you gonna take off? We got three defenders who are on form and killing it.
Like, you know, generally, you'd probably say take Cahill off because, you know, his mistakes last season, his mistakes in the beginning of this season. But right now, you can't take him off. You can't. I think maybe he could start someone against someone like Bournemouth, you know, on Boxing Day at home. Maybe that's a game for him to come in. Or obviously, because the first FA Cup round is still a fair amount of weeks away, so that will be a long wait until he actually makes an appearance. The problem always with defenders is you don't usually sub off defenders. And that's why it's difficult to get him in slowly. You know, with a striker, you probably just give him 10 here, 15 there, and 20, and just get him used to it. But with a defender, you don't usually do that unless you're like 4-0 up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think just for his match fitness, because we need the depth. We're not going to go out splashing money in January. So, well, you never know, we might. But with Zouma, if he comes on in games that we don't, like we're cruising, say we're winning 2-3-0, and we have 20-25 minutes left, bring him on. Because he needs that match fitness. At the same time, under 21s, he should be playing week in, week out for the under 21s, just to build up that match fitness again. Because if we get an injury, God forbid.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, what we've heard from Conte is his training sessions are quite tough, so that will probably get him to a decent amount of match fitness as it is. So,
hopefully. I mean, have you heard about Diego Costa after games?
No. Yeah, drinking beer, what do you mean?
About the beer, yeah.
I've seen Conte actually replying to that and saying, you know, you can have a Coke or a beer straight after the game, just not too long after. Straight after the game is actually good for you. No idea where he's got that from, but, you know, fair enough.
It helps your recovery.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know what, yeah, but, you know, why not? Why not? But, yeah, his methods seem to be working. So don't change a thing, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly, yeah. So obviously, as you said earlier, we're 6 points clear. Liverpool in second, Arsenal in third, equal on points. You know, we're definitely going into Christmas, no matter what the result will be against Crystal Palace, going into Christmas as at top of the league. And Chelsea is, you know, was top of the league at Christmas 4 times. And all of those 4 times, we won the league.
Yeah.
So, do we think this is happening?
I think so. There's a stat that I heard a couple of days ago. I'm not sure exactly how much, but most teams that end up top at Christmas go on to win the league. It's not
I think out of the last 7, it was 6 won it. So
yeah, and that's including Leicester. So it's you know, I believe at the moment there's no one that can stop us.
Yeah.
The way it's going in our system and teams not being able to find a counter system to face us with, if it keeps going on like this, we're going to cruise.
Yeah.
We'll probably win the league by April at this rate. If there's anyone that's going to try and stop us, Liverpool.
Well, but you know, if you concede 4 against Bournemouth, you're probably not going to win the league. Let's be honest.
Exactly. Man City, I don't think are going to find their mojo, and Arsenal's collapse looks like it's already begun. So, you know.
Yeah. Arsenal, it's always difficult. Like, they seem good, and then they somehow mess it up against Everton. Like, it was a strange game. Like, I actually watched it. Obviously, they got unlucky in the end, to be honest, but it's just a bit strange. And they drew a lot of games, and it's like, when someone said it's only their 2nd loss of the season, I'm like, what, really? Since the first day, obviously, when they lost to Liverpool. So I don't know about Arsenal. Will it be the same as always? We'll have to find out, I guess. But no, I agree with you. I think there's no way around it at the moment. As a Chelsea fan, you can't say, no, we're not winning it. Until we played, or before we played Spurs and City, I was really hesitant to say that we're going to win the league or that we're favourites or whatever. But we beat those 2. We won the 2 games after that. What's there to stop us, you know? And we have pretty much 2 losses in hand now, so
yeah, it's incredible. I think at the moment we have 40 out of 48 possible points.
Yeah, we're actually the best team in Europe's top 5 leagues. Like, no other team has 40 points after 16 games. Real Madrid could get it; they're on 37 after 15, but still, you know, especially in the Premier League, that's incredible.
It's mad, and it just goes to show, if we had this from the beginning, where would we be now? Because after Arsenal, if someone had told me we would have 40 out of 48 points with 6 points clear at Christmas, I would have shot you in the face. And if I put a bet on it, I'd be a millionaire right now. So it's really, really good. I just hope it keeps going.
Obviously, you always have to ask yourself, would it have worked at the start of the season? Because, you know, a system like that, which is a complete change for our players, would it work that quickly? Probably. Conte has been working on it in the training ground, you know, all season long and in pre-season as well. But he felt like he has to play them with what they're used to. And after Arsenal, he was like, nah, fuck that. You know, I'm doing what I'm doing, and you better be ready. And, you know, they were. So that's obviously good. So just to everyone watching, do you have any questions for us? Because we're here to answer some questions now. Or is there anything else you want to talk about, Younes?
No, to be honest, the games were pretty straightforward. You know, again, as I said, my predictions were thrown out the window. I think from now I might have to start saying we're just going to win 1-0 and then we get more.
Yeah, but imagine if then we win by, you know, it's 2 goals less. Maybe we lose 1-0 then. So that wouldn't be good. Maybe just say 5-0.
Every game, 5-0.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Yeah, Oscar to China. It's happening, man.
Apparently, yeah, it's really strange. Like, it really came out of nowhere, to be honest. And then BBC said it's pretty much happening. He's apparently said in the interview it's 90% happening. And then for some reason, Sky said some of their sources say it's not happening. I don't know. I find it very confusing. But to get 60 million out of Oscar, you know,
you can't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't refuse that on any given day, because I think he's reached his peak. He's inconsistent, and if you can get 60 million for someone who's inconsistent, yes, please. Yeah. You know, and he's gonna go and join ABB.
Yeah, you know, is that actually the same club Ramirez is at, or is that a different club?
I'm not sure. Is Ramirez at the same club that Demba Ba?
Well, is Demba Ba anywhere with his broken leg?
Yeah, Demba Ba's in Shanghai, but Oscar's going to the other Shanghai club.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure. Just thinking about him personally, I wouldn't understand the move. Like, it makes no sense. Like, he's 24, 25. Doesn't he have any sort of sporting goals in his career? Like, you know, especially as a South American, you go through a very difficult, you know, sort of stage of your life to get to you know, where he is now, to become a professional footballer. It's not like he's earning pennies at the moment. He's like probably around 100K. So yes, 350K a week is obviously insane, but he doesn't necessarily need the money. So, like, when you're 30, I completely understand the move like that. But at 24, like, I in my opinion, in the Serie A or in the Liga, he could be a top quality player. Maybe not for Real Madrid or Juve, or maybe even Juve, but not Real Madrid or Barcelona. But other teams, you know, he could be really good for. So I find it a bit strange that he's considering it.
I mean, a Sky report that came out yesterday was saying that he personally prefers Chelsea to China, but the offer he got is ridiculous, near to 400,000 a week.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
stupid money.
They
and they're not even in bloody FIFA.
Yeah, they're not. So it's mental, man. It's ridiculous. But for us, financially, fantastic move. Fantastic move, because he really should have progressed at the same level that Hazard did. Right now, we shouldn't just be talking about Hazard. We should be talking about Hazard and Oscar. But Oscar just, I don't know what happened.
Oscar's a bit like Cazorla, you know. He's good and Arsenal fans love him, of course. I know, but he's good sometimes and then he's not so good other times. And, you know, Oscar isn't particularly quick. He hasn't got the most trickery. He's got a good shot in him, fair enough. But from pretty much after the first season, I've always wondered what exactly does he give to the team that other players don't. And like thinking about us selling Mata and De Bruyne to play Oscar is a bit stupid. But, you know, that's in the past now. Hopefully, you know, those 60 million could help us make a decent signing or two decent signings in the transfer window. I think we definitely need a left wing backup or someone to replace Alonso and make Alonso backup, whichever one it is. And, you know, maybe a centre mid or a striker. We only have two strikers. Luckily, Diego Costa has been, you know, suspension free and injury free. But once he does pick up an injury, we've only got Batshuayi and that's it. So that's a bit short.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, well, if we need a left back, Ashley Cole's at the training ground. He's training with us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. We do need a left back, or left wing back, to be fair. We do. But there's a few guys, and, you know, what Conte's been doing is he's been bringing a bit of the youth up. We've seen Chalobah get regular appearances, Aina, Loftus-Cheek not so much. But
yeah, he had a small injury that nobody knew about, apparently.
Yeah, but we do have players in the academy. De Silva is a left back to look for.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not? But knowing us, I think we'll buy.
You don't think we'll buy someone there?
No, knowing us, I think we'll buy. We'll go out and buy.
No, because De Silva, as good as he may be one day, he hasn't even been training with the first team squad regularly. So he's definitely not just going to be thrown in once Alonso picks up an injury. And for Aina, he could probably do a job there, but he's right-footed. You know, you can't play left wing back as a right-footed player. That doesn't work. Like, you know, that's a bit difficult. Obviously, we got Kennedy back now because he's been injured for a few times at Watford, and now he got put back or sent back to Chelsea. And Conte said, you know, he has about a month now to sort of prove his worth, and then he'll decide whether he should be loaned out again or stay. Obviously, if he's, you know, impresses Conte, and we have our backup because he can definitely do a job there. But, you know, apparently it depends on his attitude and his discipline. So let's see if he can change that.
Well, under Conte, I don't think we have much to worry about in that department. I mean, he looks like he's got everyone disciplined, everyone ready.
Yeah, no, I mean, apparently that's why we loaned him out in the first place.
Oh, I see. I mean, well, when Kennedy was with us, when Jose was here, he did a good job at left back when we needed him. He did a very good job. So even though we lost a lot, kind of
a sort of interpretation of a left wing back, wasn't it? It wasn't a proper left back. It wasn't a left back like Aspie was.
No, not at all. But if we need to rely on him, I think we can. I would rely on him.
Maybe I would be a bit worried if we played Liverpool with him at left wing back, to be honest. But, you know, against most teams, probably be all right.
Hey, well, who was it when we played Liverpool? Who played left back and he'd done the job? No, right back, sorry. Palace.
Oh, yeah. True.
No one expected him to do brilliant, and he was man of the match.
No, he played centre back, actually, because everyone kept saying he had Suarez in his pocket.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So,
you know,
well, sometimes they might you know, give them a chance, they might shine. Why not?
That was Brendan Rodgers' Liverpool, though. That's a bit of a different story.
It was, yeah. But it's still Sanchez, I mean.
Yeah, true.
Anyway.
So any other questions out there?
Let me have a look. Talking about Arsenal getting smashed by Bayern Munich, I think that's gonna happen.
Love that when I saw the draw. I actually missed it. I forgot about it because obviously, you know, we're not in it. Then I got a notification on my phone, Arsenal draw Bayern again. I'm like, fucking hell. It just had to happen, didn't it? It just had to happen.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it was bound to happen. Bound to happen. We got another one saying Drax. So Draxler to Chelsea? Question mark.
Apparently, there's been a rumor. I'm not his biggest fan, to be honest. Like, you know, he moved from Schalke to Wolfsburg, which is a weird change in the first place, just a money change, not to a better team necessarily. And also, he's the typical number 10. Yes, he can play on the wing, but in my opinion, it's too slow. It will pretty much be like playing Oscar on the wing. Doesn't really work. So I don't really see the rumor. But, you know, Conte's decision, I guess. Well, hopefully, not like with Mourinho and Minalo's.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, that was a hostile relationship. I think we all knew. But, yeah, I think Draxler, I'm not keen on. I'm not, you know, throwing my toes out the pram saying we got to get him.
Yeah.
I think at the moment it's just a rumor.
Yeah, and he also has a bit of an attitude, like not being happy about not being played, and then always going public with that straight away, and then wanting to move, and then not wanting to move, and wanting to move again. Like, there's just way too much drama. Like, you stay in Germany with your drama. Exactly.
We don't need that sort of thing at the moment with us because we've got everyone under control. So it should be good. Another one is, do we need backup for Kante this summer?
Well, question mark, is there a backup for Kante? Because I don't think there is in world football. But, you know, theoretically we probably do, because neither Matic, well, Matic is probably the closest thing, but neither Chalobah or Ruben or whoever else we have in that position is really a similar playing type to Kante. So if there's someone out there very similar to him, and Conte knows about him, yeah, get him. Why not? Maybe, you know, someone 22-year-old to grow behind Conte. But why not? Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to spend quite big in the summer because we need more squad depth if we're going to be in the Champions League at the same time as wanting to win the league again.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know anyone who's as good as him in that position. He is literally Makelele 2.0. As far as I'm concerned.
Just a bit smaller.
So yeah, just a bit smaller. So yeah, it's hard. But as you said, if there's someone out there, maybe Pogba's little brother.
Is he not a centre back? Oh no, he has two brothers, doesn't he? I don't know.
Yeah, he does. Well, no, the one I'm on about, Saint-Etienne, is a centre back. But hey, you never know. He might do a job at the end.
Yeah, well, why not? Well, you know, maybe he'll do this turnaround of what Jose is apparently doing with Pogba, saying he's a centre back.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I've seen one funny comment here saying from someone called Son of Chelsea. It's not Daniel. It said, "Do you think Conte is good enough to get into the starting 11?"
Well, at the moment, maybe not. He'd probably get into, you know, City starting 11.
Yeah.
You know, with Gundogan being injured for like months now.
That's true. He had one good touch in training. They managed to get him on camera. Diego Costa sent him a ball, and he managed to just bring it down with touchy.
And in some home game, I think it was Burnley, I'm not sure, but Aspie missed it across, you know, put it over the touchline, and he just, you know, took it down. Didn't even move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's brilliant. Brilliant.
Got anything else, or should we wrap it up?
I can't see any other questions, to be honest, at the moment. So, yeah. How long have we been on for? Like half an hour?
I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy Younes' comeback on 100% live stream. I know you all wanted that. Now we made it happen. But yeah, check out all our social media links, which are down in the description. Check out my review. Check out also Younes' review on his channel. He didn't upload one, you know, because he was going to be on the Hangover review anyway. You know, what else is there to say? Like the video, you know, or live stream if you did enjoy it. Leave us comments after, you know, it's not a live stream anymore. And yeah, do you want to sign out, Younes?
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's been fun. And I just hope, as I said, we keep this form up. We are flying keep the blue flag flying high, eh? That's it, really. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for all your comments. And as Lauren said, leave your comments in the comment section below once we go off the air, and we'll do our best to answer any questions you have. So yeah, bring on the next game and up the Chelsea.
Exactly, up to Chelsea. We'll see you next time.